Autumn has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at New Era Field in Orchard Park. A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Miami Dolphins. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down here as the penalty flags come in right away, and we may have a face mask here right at the start. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
It's going to be a long day. Switch. Where are they, team? One.
From the gun, Mariota. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 16 yards on the game's first play and a quick first down.
Where are they, team? I got it. Watch tight end. We got three, fellas. We got three. Show it up. One. Three.
Play action now. Mariota. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. Well, let's see here, Charles. He was sacked 6 times last week. Now a first-quarter sack. What's going on in his mind?
Well, he's thinking to himself, 5 offensive linemen. I got sacked 6 times last week. Let's start thinking about keeping extra people in. Tight end stays in. If I have a fullback or the running back, they stay in and help me block. Maybe not as many receivers in a pattern. Anything to try and slow down that pass rush.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. The intended receiver there, Kenyon Drake. And that'll make it 3rd down. Mariota now from the 50. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. He's coming off a 3-interception performance last week, so certainly not how he wanted to start here.
Not at all, but this is where a quarterback gets tested. This is where we find out what he has underneath that jersey. Because he had a bad game last week. Can he shake off a bad start to this one and start to perform at the level he expects?
So after the INT, it's Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. LaShawn McCoy, the 31-year-old running back, his first carry. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Allen. That's Foster hauling it in over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the early lead. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This will be taken very short. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 16, Mariota. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Mark Barrett. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the 1st quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say.
LaShawn McCoy off to the races. He's at the 40. 20. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. It's a big run there by McCoy, and even 70 yards on the pickup.
1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Now a man closing in on 15,000 career rush yards, Frank Gore. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now on 2nd down, this is Gore. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. And now they'll throw with Allen. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Slam, slam, slam.
They'll try and run it with McCoy. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. LaShawn McCoy, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Bills will add on to their lead. Point after, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-zip. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
At their own 26-yard line.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Mariota now to throw on first down. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Look at this. It comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he's into the clear. Past the 20. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
36, 36. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there.
Now a first down carry here for McCoy. And he's brought down. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They come out here in the eye.
57. Me and you all day. All day. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3. 5 wide. 5 wide. 5 wide. 57 to Mike. Yeah. You don't want none.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. Josh Allen with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Bills will extend their lead. He doesn't need a lot of space for an electric run. He showed that there. Heck, they told us this week they were hoping he would break a big one. He just did.
And what did his offensive, remember we talked with the offensive line, and one of the guys, one of the stalwarts said, I don't even have to make a great block for him. If I just breathe bad breath on the guy in front of me, often that opens up enough space for him to go.
Let's go.
Well, a couple of good division battles coming up in primetime this weekend, starting tonight with Sunday Night Football, Eagles and Cowboys from AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Then tomorrow on Monday night, it's the defending champs, the Patriots, on the road at MetLife. And now look at this, big gain, but a fumble. And the Bills have recovered. Now a stoppage here as it looks like we've got a Dolphin shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. The ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown.
And Foster loses the football. It's out. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And this is brought all the way back. A fumble recovery and taken to the house for a Miami touchdown. And he has great speed, defensive back speed. Once he got it and took off, there was no catching it.
And I know every team tells you to hustle no matter what the play, but there was no chance of catching him. Maybe if it had been a defensive tackle running with the ball, but not in this case.
So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
They're right back out there after watching the fumble go the other way. Still in control of this game, but that needs to serve as a wake-up call because they're not in the clear yet.
No, the message should be clear that fortunes can change pretty quickly when you turn the ball over. You've got to take care of it, otherwise that lead could slip away quickly.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
That's the way. Switch.
Allen running the option. Allen hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Mariota. And he'll wind up losing 5 yards or so on the return, but no matter, they got the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They go play action here on 1st down. And he whips that one incomplete there. He was trying to get it to LaShawn McCoy. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, touch and timing are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. Finding Knox there, complete.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
It's a 69-yard punt. 69 yards. Wow. And the Dolphins' drive will start deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I remember
I was going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke. And he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
On 2nd and 9, Mariota has got his man. It's Andrews. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
The interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target. 3rd and short yardage. Mariota. And Wilson has it. He's at the 30, the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson, 77 yards. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end for the touchdown.
The Bills take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Alpha. 57. I got you, boy. I got you.
Now Allen to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And the throw there going to be incomplete. More problems here on 3rd down. They've converted only once so far in this first half.
And you know as well as I do in this league, if you don't win on 3rd down, it makes it hard to win a ball game because then you're relying on your defense, you're relying on your special teams. You've got to get it done with your offensive unit.
And it's taken in at the 9. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it'll be Dolphin football. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mariota steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Off the edge, Jerry Hughes gets the sack.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
Check 3. 1.
3rd and long here for Mariota. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So instead of 4th down, 1st down.
Well, so much for winning the down you put a lot of emphasis on because 3rd down is key for offense and defense. Instead, you're going to stay on the field and start a new set of downs.
Blue 18. Mike 58 right there. It's going to be a long day. It's going to be
A 1st down throw for Mariota. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Mariota forced out to his left. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. From the shotgun, it's Mariota.
And they take him down. The Bills get to him. The veteran Jerry Hughes drops the hammer in the backfield. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
This quarterback now, 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. The first play of the drive there is incomplete.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Now Allen to throw. Going to throw again. Throw left side complete to Foster. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
57.
On first down, Allen. And he rifles one incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Motion. 57's the mic. Watch 57. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Mike's 57.
Throwing again. Allen. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over.
You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down. And it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops. And if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Here's Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
So the second half upon us sooner than we bargained for. Week 7, second half. Let's do it. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
You draw quarter.
Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down. That one was intended for John Brown. And that'll bring up second down.
50. 50 seconds to Mike. Hey, defense, let's go.
Allen hands off to McCoy. Nice footwork by McCoy. And yet again. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now a stoppage here as we've got a Bill shaken up on the play. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. So after the run by McCoy, here's another 1st and 10.
Alert, alert, alert. 80 weapons.
And to give this time to the tailback. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Here we go. Check.
Another carry now for Gore. 4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. The Bills on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. To the air, Allen. He completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46. On the handoff, it's Gore. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, if you kill it, motion me out.
Again, they run. Again, it's Gore. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Here we go.
From the pistol, it's Gore. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And he said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Robert Foster with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Bills will add on to their lead. The point after is good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Here we go. Hey, watch his slant, watch his slant. Watch his slant, watch his slant.
On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. To throw is Mariota. Flushed out right. And he maybe makes it back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
To throw, Mariota. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They'll start on the ground with McCoy. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out. But a running game can really benefit your team right now.
On 2nd and 7, Allen. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He's going to float this one deep right side. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Sua Cravens with a pick. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Mariota. Flush to his right. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Drake. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Being strong up the middle is imperative. I don't care what your sport, but in football,
it comes, and he lost the football. Mariota had it jarred loose. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Back now in Buffalo. It's the Bills with a lead and the football here to begin the 4th quarter. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Allen going to throw. And incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Now a handoff for Gore. And he's brought down short by a yard. It's a 3rd down gain of 4. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Mariota on first down. Being chased out left. He'll have a first down past the 40 as they finally wrangle him in at the 48. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
It's second and 49-yard line.
It's a party now. 3.
Throwing again on second down. Mariota under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Mariota from the gun on third down. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. They do get 9, but it leads to fourth down. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Bills are going to get the football back. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Allen. Throw left side complete. That's Foster. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. This quarterback now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Allen now looks to throw. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely, great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. Nothing on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Allen fakes the give and keeps himself. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 3 on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and goal. The Bills on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. And he takes it in across the chalk for a Bills touchdown. Josh Allen, a 4-yard touchdown scamper, and the Bills will extend their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Check 99. Check 99.
On play action, Mariota. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 2nd and 11 now. Mariota throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means he'll need to come up with something here on third. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 28. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously decline that, and it is a touchdown.
They still have the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by one more. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Check.
Back to it after the pick six. Mariota. And they get to Mariota here as he's dropped on the sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there, and it'll bring up third down. From the gun, Mariota, and that is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Elsewhere, Ford Field. They're into the fourth quarter now. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. A win, if they can get it, would be their first on the year. So good field position for the Bills as they come up 1st and 10. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Coverage that time by Bobby McCain. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield. And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to him back.
On third down, they'll run with Gore. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture as now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Gore. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Gore. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass.